This is my 1966 Ford Mustang. I haven't started it in quite a few weeks. Probably been 3 weeks, I think. So there's not gonna be any gas in the car, but it evaporates off in a week or so. So I'm gonna try to get it started up. I'm probably gonna push it out of the garage first, and then you guys can hear what it sounds like. So let's do it.
Okay, here we go. I'll just crank it a few times. I'm gonna get some gas in there and see if it'll start. I already cranked it a little bit, but sure need some more.
Okay, I think that's gonna do it. Got the choke out a little bit. Key on, and here we go. Without the choke. We'll leave the choke on for a minute. Let me pop the hood if I can. I don't know if you can hear me. Shaking a little bit, doesn't run very steady. It'll idle fine when it's warmed up, but I still got my foot on the gas keeping it going. I'm not getting any vacuum, maybe 7 to 9 inches of vacuum, just not enough to keep it idling good. Yeah, it just wants to stall out. If you can see the engine shaking, it doesn't run very smooth. The whole car's shaking a lot. You can see the shift lever shaking around. So there she is. Those are 1965 or 64 T-Bird taillights. That's what they put on the 68 Shelbys and California Specials. 67 Shelbys use the Cougar taillights. They're a little bit different. Got some pretty skinny tires on the front, mainly because that's the size wheel that was on there. It's only a 4-inch wide wheel. I like those wheels. And it had a 215 tire on there before, and they bulged out so bad it looked like they were going to roll right off. And I don't have power steering. I just got that manly steering, so I need all the help I can get. But that's a 2-piece American racing wheel. So I like those, they're nice. So it's a 289, I believe. I do know I've had the intake off, and it's a Mexican block 302. So I don't know if it's got the 289 crank in it. So I won't know until I take it apart. It does have 1966 289 heads. So I don't know if there's original heads. That's the same year as the car, but won't know. Probably never know. And right now I've got an Edelbrock 600 carb on there. Got this pretty cool base plate for this too. I don't know if I can get it off there to show you or not. Yeah, kind of like a little miniature velocity stack to smooth it out. It's a Edelbrock Performer 289 manifold. It's aluminum. It's just painted blue to match the rest of the engine. I just put on that Wilwood dual master cylinder on there. I've got 4-wheel disc brakes all the way around. It's a pretty common kit. They're a little rusty because I haven't driven it in a while. I've got some Trac-Loc traction bars underneath, so I have 0 axle hop. These old Mustangs are notorious for twisting the axle and just shaking the car apart when you try to spin the tires. Here's a close-up of those taillights. That fuel filler cap was on there, I bought it. I just haven't bought another one. So, no backup lights. I guess they replaced that panel, that valance panel. I don't know why there's no cutouts on it. So. It didn't even have a side view mirror on it when I got it. So I put this this bullet mirror on there. All the gauges have been replaced with some autometer gauges, sport comp. Speedometer doesn't quite fit in there well. It's a little bit offset. Previous owner tacked the tachometer up there. It's a little loose. But. And Hearst 4-speed, it's a Toploader 4-speed. Close ratio. I believe it's a 1968. This was a factory 289 2-barrel car with a 3-speed manual. I believe they're 1970 Mach 1 seats. The pattern on the seat matches the factory rear seat, and it's a lot nicer having the taller bucket, because normally the factory seats about level, a little bit higher than the door. They're pretty short, don't give you any kind of support at all, but I think they're a little bit bigger than the original seats. They definitely sit kind of close. I'm really crammed up against the steering wheel here. I've got this thing back as far as it'll go, so my knees are way up here against the steering wheel, but as long as I can get the clutch down and the go pedal down, that's all I need. This is the rear. This is where I parked the rear of the car. There's a lot of oil dripping there. And it looks like a fairly fresh drop. This is all fairly fresh. So I'm getting a lot of oil leaking. This is about the rear of the engine. This is the transmission. So I've got this fiberglass hood, and so a buddy of mine showed me this trick of using these hinges made out of chain. Not a hinge, but a spring made out of chain. So just a couple links on there looped on, and then you just hook it like that when it's up. Yeah, I normally have both sides, but when I put it down, you just pick up on the hood, unhook this, and just drop the hood down. The reason that I have it that way is because the factory springs on there are way too strong for this hood, and it would tend to bow up along the fender wells here. So now it sits pretty flush when it's down. So let me put this down and we'll get it back in the garage. Okay, here we go. Might as well take it around the block for the last spin before I pull back in the garage. The clutch on this is pretty terrible. It shudders a lot. Let's see if I can get it going. Take the brake off. I have to keep goosing the gas on the side of my foot because it won't stay running. Start to shake. I can't get the clutch out unless I really rev it. There we go. FedEx man. I don't know if you can tell, but it's bucking. I got my foot very steady, but it's jerking. It's not misfiring, but definitely not running smooth. My wife gets mad at me every time we go for a ride. She spills her drink. Clutch is touchy. Okay, it's all parked in the garage. That's probably the last time I'll drive it before I start taking it apart, taking the engine out. So let me go pull my other car in. This is my carbon footprint offset. It's not quite as loud. Don't even need a key.